Okay, tevach everybody. So I'll tell you, Maisi, one of the great Tzadikim, the great Hasidic Rebbes, was known as the Shpola Zayda. So the Shpola Zayda, great Tzaddik Rav Aryeh Leib from Shpola. So the Shpola Zayda was once visited by a Chassid, and the Chassid comes in for Yechidus, for an audience with the Shpola Zayda, with the Rebbe, and the Chassid begins to mamash break down and crying. And so the Shpola Zayda says, Rabbi Yid, what's bothering you? So he says, let me explain, Rabbi. My parnasa requires me to be involved in things that bother me very, very much. So the Shpola Zayda asks, if you give me, maybe you share some of the details with me, you'll be able to work it through. So he said, listen, Rabbi, I went to yeshiva, I grew up in yeshiva, and I was very, very good in yeshiva, and I was very good in learning, and I was very successful, and I always had such a deep desire in my bones to sit and learn and to be able to serve Hashem with menuchas nefesh, with yeshiva das, and so on. But life takes its turns here and there, and l'maisa, practically, in order to survive, in order to support my family, I had to go to work, and not just to go to work. I had to get involved with the business of running an inn, running a hotel, a kretschman. And he said, and all day long, mamish, all day long, I'm not just not learning. That's one thing, but I'm involved with the lowest people. You know what I mean? And then he says, and all day long, I'm preparing drinks and food for people and dealing with preparing rooms for the hotel, and the clientele are not necessarily the greatest, the most upstanding people. I'm dealing with menial conversations at best. Most of the time, they're cursing with foul language, and it eats me alive, And then every once in a while, when I'm able to steal away a few minutes, to learn, to daven, to do something, it mamash breaks my heart, because I'm thinking of the rest of my day. The rest of my day is mamash full of smallness and things that are so the opposite of kedusha, the opposite of holiness, the opposite of Torah, and it's eating me alive. I don't know what to do. I can't live like this anymore. So so he says to the Shpola Zayda, I don't know if the Shpola Zayda, if the Rebbe can do anything, but I just wanted to unburden myself. So the Shpola Zayda hears this, and this Yid is mamish crying, and mamish, he's broken. The Shpola Zayda hears this, and he begins to mamish laugh, mamish rolling with laughter. So the Yid is Rebbe, he's a little bit insulted, the Rebbe is laughing at my tzaras. So the Shpola Zayda said, after calming down. So the Shpola Zayda turns to me and said, listen, Yankel, let's call him Yankel. He said, Yankel, it seems to me that what you want is to serve Hashem without any minias. What you want is, this is how the Shpola Zayda said it, he said, what you want is that I should take out from under my desk a big bag full of gold, and I'll give it to you. And you'll be able to support yourself, B'Ravach, and you'll be able to sit in a very comfortable place. And the Shpola Zayda said, the Lashon was that, and you'll be able to buy a new silk strimal. And you'll sit and learn all day with dveikis, with a hava, with a skashras, with a slavos, and you'll be a fiery tzaddik and rebbe, and that's what you want. And the Yid's yeah, pretty much, that's what I would love. And the Shpola Zayda began to laugh again. And he said, but let me tell you something. The Rabbanu Shalom Shemayim has plenty of angels that serve him without having to deal with any minias. And he says, and you know what, the truth, and the Shpola Zayda said, the Rabbanu Shalom is bored of it. It's boring. You know what the Rabbanu Shalom wants of you? But a Yid to be in this world, and and most of the day preoccupied with things that take you away from learning and taking away from kedusha, and you're forced to have meaningless, even low conversations with your customers and things like that. And all the while, your heart is mamish broken, and your heart is desiring for the few minutes that you'll be able to have an opportunity to open a sefer, a few minutes to be able to chapa mincha, to go like this, and your whole life is just one long struggle of wanting to get to that place that's called learning and davening. He says that causes unbelievable laughter in Shemayim. That's not boring at all. That's exciting in Shemayim. The Rabbanu Shalom was bored from all his malachim, but the Rabbanu Shalom was excited by your avodah. And the Shpola Zayda said, Ashrecha, praiseworthy are you that you've been given such a chelik, that you make a parnasa, and you do what's right, and you're keeping halacha, and everything is according to Shulchan Aruch and so on. And the very fact that you spend most of your time while keeping halacha, but you're spending most of your time just chalashing and just waiting for the opportunity to daven a mincha, to chap a few minutes of learning. And even when you're learning, when you're davening, you're thinking to yourself, halavai I should be able to daven better, halavai I should be able to learn better. And your whole life is full of that cheshek, that longing, that desire of the day that it'll come where you'll be able to serve Hashem the way it's supposed to be. The Rebbeinu Shalom is having so much nachas from that avodah. That's the ikar enjoyment in Shemayim for an avodah like that, for a yid like that. And that's your chelek, ashrecha, praiseworthy are you, that's your chelek. Don't sacrifice, the Shpol Zayda said, that avodah that you have right now, which causes such delight and such excitement for Shemayim. Don't replace that with something that puts the Hashem to sleep. That's just boring and monotonous, of just ongoing without any upheavals, without any struggles, without any minias at all. What you're serving Hashem with is a service that comes with excitement and islavas and shashuim and laughter and Shemayim. That's what Shpol Zayda told them. No. Hashem should bless us. We should always be zecher to appreciate the level of excitement and pleasure that we give to Hashem through our avodah. Whether our avodah is amazing, whether it doesn't look like so amazing to us, we have to appreciate how much opportunity we have to make Hashem happy. Hashem should bless us that this week should be a week of shefa, bracha, v'atzlacha, ad b'li dai mamash.